They come from the unknown, and they're here now, hiding, waiting to strike. You can feel their presence all around you. Never before have you come this close to the edge of terror. Never before have you faced anything so strange and sinister, so bizarre and unnerving. Never until now. David Cronenberg's The Brood.
Are you ready for me, Frank? I seem to be a very special person now. I'm in the middle of a strange adventure.
I want to go with you wherever you go.
Do you?
Yes.
Then look!
The Brood. You can run. You can hide and hope they won't find you. But you won't escape. Once unleashed, the Brood will destroy anyone who gets in their way. David Cronenberg's ultimate experience in inner terror, starring Oliver Reed and Samantha Eggar. The Brood. They're waiting for you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to 31 Days of Monsters. We are on day 6 of our 31-day trek into Halloween. And today we're going to talk a little bit about David Cronenberg's The Brood. This is an early work of his, a personal work of his, because it's very metaphorical for a divorce he was going through. His wife was involved in some kind of weird psycho nonsense, and he had to fight to get his kid back. And, so a lot of that anger, I think, is translated into this movie. This is a creepy film. It stars Oliver Reed, Samantha Eggar, and Art Hindle. Really stars Art Hindle, then followed by Oliver Reed, then Samantha Eggar. But, they were bigger stars, so they got the the top billing to put asses in the seats, as it were. This is another one of those films that is new to me that I put on the list because I figured I just wanted to see it because I've heard about it for years. Not a huge Cronenberg fan. Originally on my list was Scanners, and I started watching that, and I'm like, wow, this is garbage. Once the guy's head blew up, that was it. It wasn't a very good film. So I bailed on that one, but I wanted to give this one a try. I did like his The Fly, which we talked a little bit about yesterday, and some of his later films. But again, this is an early iteration of his work, and I think it's pretty solid. Looks like it was shot in Canada with a primarily Canadian and British cast. The makeup is okay. The creepy brood, if you will, are weird looking. We never really get to see a too good a straight on shot with them, but the shots that we do see, the makeup is a little suspect. But this is a creepy film. It's sort of like a psychological terror, very much new agey, which is very prevalent in the 1970s. But then, it really starts to turn when you find out that it wasn't just one guy. There's a whole brood of these creatures, and we realize Samantha Eggar is the mother of these things. They never really explain too much. I guess giving birth by rage. I don't know. They didn't go into the science too much. When they discover it has no belly button. But when you saw in the trailer there, when she shows Art Hindle and she goes, look, it goes like that. That was pretty nasty, seeing that sack on her, and then she bites it open like an animal and licks the baby. I thought that was kind of cool, and the look of disgust on his face. It was great. But yeah, so this a pretty good, solid, average film. Not one I will revisit again, I doubt. Um, but it was enjoyable the first time around. So let's see who is here this afternoon. We have Chris Thacker. He says, "Hail, Chat and Graham." Anthony Mark, hi everyone. Rick 1662 says hello. Dr. Mask is here. JP Roca. Rick says, "I thought this movie was strange. Never really explained what was happening with the mother." Yeah, another thing was the are you talking about Samantha Egger's mother? Because that was a point of contention for me, was like, was she one of these things too? Um, because when she is alone with the kid and then goes to refresh their drinks and she's hearing all this noise, and he's banging around and everything, and she's walking with the drinks like, maybe there's a mouse in the house, and she sees the huge mess and doesn't seem uh, shocked. It doesn't seem surprised or like, what the hell is going on type of thing. She seemed pretty much devoid of most emotion until we see the kid, and then it attacks her and kills her. So I thought that scene was a little weak, or if she knew about this kid, that didn't come through clearly. Dragon Dancer, very strange movie. Didn't expect the brood birthing process at all. Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? Rob Fellows, hail, Graham Nolan and Brooding Bros. Hey, what's up, Rob? Like Kick One is here. He says, "Good morning. Good morning." Dr. Mass says, "If you don't like this movie, grab a monster book you're sure to love." Uh, Escape from Monster Island. Yeah, you can still get it. The proofs just arrived today, and I just looked through them, and they look perfect. So I'm going to give them the check mark on that. So printing is going to begin very, very shortly. So get on that, hit that link, order this book. Otherwise, you're going to miss out, and you won't be happy. You can also get the other two Monster Island books as part of the campaign. If you didn't have them, you can get all three bundled together. Brent McKay says he hasn't seen this one in years. Miss Stippling says, "This one was a bit of a psychological thriller to the last 10 minutes, then became horror. Stippling Vaughn didn't like the ending. Guess I'm watching these from now on by myself." The ending of this thing dovetails into what I was just saying yesterday about why I love The Exorcist, because it doesn't have this ending where okay, the danger's gone, the threat is lifted, and the kid's driving away. And then we start to see that the kid's got those little blisters or birthing sacs or whatever we want to call them, that the mother had. So it will continue, and she'll be the next one to give birth to the brood. For whatever reason, nature decides that's a thing we need. But yeah, I'm a stippling on that. I hate those kind of exclamation point endings. Just end it. That's a problem in Hollywood is that they don't know how to write an ending. Put a period at the end of it, will you? And this is before the influx of constant sequels. Just make a good movie. And if it's really, really popular, you'll find a way to make a sequel out of it. JP Roca says, "Oliver Reed just kept thinking about Gladiator." Evidently, this was one of his favorite films. He really, really liked this script, according to an article on IMDb. I find that hard to believe, but who knows? Of course, he could have been drinking when he said that. He was a notorious drinker. In fact, he died in a pub when they were filming Gladiator. He had just downed like 18 pints and a couple bottles of wine. And the dude was a sponge, a booze sponge. Michelle Bowers is here. Good afternoon, Michelle. Rob Fellows says, "The poster stayed in the local video store many years after the film's release. The image used used to creep me out. Tom Tuttle's here. He spent the weekend watching Critters. Okay. Critters isn't on the list, Tom. You have no business watching a movie that's not on the list. Come on. Get with the program, son. And oh, by the way, Tom has a book coming out, Seven Amens Before Sundown, which is a vampire Western, which is amazing. You guys got to check that out. And yours truly did a variant cover for it. But I'm not telling you that because I did the cover, but I did the cover because I like the concept and I like the artwork. So it's a really great book. So check it out. A Dragon Dancer says the coroner was creepy too. Yeah, I thought he was a little dramatic in the way he was giving the information to everybody, including us. You know, seems like coroners are always a little creepy in these movies, and I'm just glad they didn't have the obligatory he's eating lunch while doing the autopsy type of thing. While somebody else is looking at it and he's just is disgusted by the body or whatever. It's like one of these cliches that you see all the time. Marcus Kellegrew is here. He says, "Hail all, hail all." Rick 1662. She didn't seem to care what was going on. Yeah, that's what I mean. And the husband who shows up because she got killed and is going to tell the daughter about her death. And he gets all liquored up and he's sitting in his hotel room or the room of their old house. And it's like, are you deaf or something? You can't hear this dude, walking around in this creaky old house? JP Roca says, yeah, poor acting choices by the mother or just poor direction. Yep, I agree. Or the other option is that she behaved that way because there's something in the script that was cut. But either way, it's bad storytelling. Dr. Mass says, I feel like I had seen this back in the day, but was kind of like a fever dream. Chris Thacker reminds everybody to smash that like button. Please do. And please hit the subscribe too if you haven't done so already, so you'll get updates on when we're going live with these shows. Particularly on the weekends when it's hit and miss, it's whatever time I can work in from chores or obligations or what have you. So subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And I'll be eternally grateful. The dad played the boyfriend of Brooke Adams in the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, exactly right. Which, as far as remakes go, one of the best. It stands up on its own next to the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Really, really good. When wasn't he drinking? Well, that's one for the ages, isn't it? I think you need the Rosetta Stone to decipher the answer to that. Rick says that he was good in The Curse of the Werewolf. Yeah, Oliver Reed is an excellent actor, but I was never a fan of this movie. And a lot of people know that I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the Hammer stuff. I find them slow. Their pacing slow, and many of their sets very set piecey, if you will. It doesn't have that great feel that like the Universal films had. Even though, I mean, yes, it adds things. It adds color, blood, and boobs. But this particular one, Curse of the Werewolf, I thought was really slow. I haven't seen it in a long time. I should give it another shot. Stipling's not a fan of most anything 70s, except being Star Wars, Smoking the Bandit, and OG Battlestar Galactica. What about Jaws? What about The French Connection? What about The Godfather? You know, the 70s, the second golden age of film. Man of War 665, didn't get a chance to rewatch this one and haven't seen it in over 40 years. My poor memories aren't enough to serve me in any contribution worth a damn. So somebody didn't do their homework. Detention for you, Man of War. Detention. Grab a Shinu plushie or something else cool, Graveside. Thank you, Dr. Mask. The plushies are there, and they are going to be, they'll be coming down from the store shortly because if you guys are subscribers to my website, you'll be getting an email later today with the sign-up list for Shinu 77. That campaign will be going live later this month as soon as Indiegogo finishes their porting over their platform a little bit, which I think is the 16th, something like that. You can start new campaigns after the 16th. So it'll be somewhere right around there. So you want to make sure you get signed up. This is going to be a short window to get signed up because we're going live with it very, very soon, within a couple weeks. And then I want to turn around this book quickly, and I'll tell you guys why later, but I want to fulfill by July. So, yeah, go to the website, check it out. And when you go there, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, do that so you can get all the information sent to you about not only this campaign, but all my campaigns. Appreciate it. My kid wanted to watch Soylent Green Saturday night. Haven't seen it in decades. It's got my man in it, Chuck Heston and Chuck Connors. And of course, Edward G. Robinson's last movie. Soylent Green is people. Spoiler. I think we did Soylent Green over the last 5 years. Miss Stippling says, I can eat lunch with icky stuff around. Guess I should have been a coroner. Dr. Mask reminds everybody that Devil Doll is on Tubi. That's tomorrow's movie. Speaking of drinking, boy, did The Thing have a lot of that. Not much else to do up there because they weren't doing their work. We know that. Yes, that movie was slow. It took a while for the werewolf to show up. Yeah, but the makeup was really cool. I thought Oliver Reed looked really great in that werewolf makeup. And it's the first time you see a werewolf in color. So that was kind of cool. So there's good things about it if you can sit through the slow pacing. What's wrong with boobs? Absolutely nothing. Oh, yeah. Alien was 70s also. 79. JP Roca is excited about tomorrow's movie. And Rob Fellows says, not monster related, but thanks for the regular Monday smiles. Good reason to get on the mailing list. Yeah, that's the other thing, guys. Every Monday, a Sunshine State strip goes out to you at 6 a.m. My time for you to start your week. Start your week with a smile and something positive. So get signed up. Nailed the acting, Graham. Oh, my Heston routine? Is that it? Is that what you mean? Thanks, Graham. I like Cronenberg and plan on adding The Brood to my Halloween favorites. Oh, excellent, Evil One. I'm glad when we can introduce new films to people who do their homework to check them out for our show here, and then they find they really enjoy them. There's been some nice surprises. Has Shanu 77 sign up started? No, it will shortly. As I said, that email will be going out a little bit later this afternoon. I just got to go over it, make sure the links are in there properly. But it will be, the sign up list will go live today. So make sure you get you're subscribed to the newsletter. If you've backed projects of mine, you're probably already subscribed, but double check. Brimstone says, I have not heard of this one, but I will check it out. In Graham, I trust. We should put that on movie, on money, rather. We did a Mega Man, I think, 3 years ago, but I don't remember Soylent. Could be that crap memory again, however. Yeah, Omega Man is another remake of I Am Legend. The first one being Last Man on Earth, and then the third one being I Am Legend with Will Smith. The closest one to Matheson's book is Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. But the Heston one is kind of cool. It's kind of 70s grunge. But I like Heston, especially in the 60s and 70s. He was doing all kinds of crazy shit. But all right, my friends, this wraps up today's show. Tomorrow, again, we have 1936 I want to say Devil Dog, like the Drake's Cakes. Devil Doll, starring Lionel Barrymore and the gorgeous Maureen O'Sullivan, who's like 22 years old in this movie, something like that. It's got some pretty cool special effects. So check that one out. It's on Tubi, so you can watch it for free with commercials. And we will see you then, gang. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.